All right, time for business. And Emmanuel Abaji is here with some figures and business news. Good evening to you.
Good evening, Easy.
All right.
All right. So, in business, the Bank of Ghana has hinted of plans to revise the current rules of electronic transactions in the country, the Electronic Money Issuers Guidelines, also known as EMI. The central bank will soon initiate the process in a bid to boost financial inclusion through digital technology. The bank also advanced moves to ensure interoperability among operators of electronic money transactions to enhance digital financial services. The first Deputy Governor of the Central Bank, Millicent Nah, disclosed these at the launch of a 4-year Ghana Digital Financial Services Initiative. The majority of Ghana's population is engaged in some form of formal financial services or the other, with digital financial platforms driving recent expansion. Unfortunately, regulation of electronic money transactions by the Bank of Ghana has been a problem. Apart from the EMI guidelines review, the central bank says it has also advanced moves to achieve mobile money interoperability, which it says is a key enabler of digital financial services. Speaking at the launch of the Ghana Digital Financial Services Initiative, First Deputy Governor of the Central Bank, Millicent Nah, spoke about how the initiative would expand financial inclusion.
The 2015 Global Index Survey revealed that Ghana has made significant progress in promoting financial inclusion since the previous survey. The proportion of adult population using formal financial services rose from 29.4% in 2011 to 40.5% in 2014. As you may well know, within the intervening period of the two surveys, the bank intervened with some policy measures or responses to enhance financial inclusion. Notable among these policy actions were a new national payment system strategy, which seeks to promote both the use of electronic payments over cash and financial inclusion. And also the electronic money issuers and agency guidelines aimed at promoting safe and secure issuance and acceptance of digital money as a means of promoting financial inclusion. The signaling effect of these policy actions of the bank has resulted in marked increases in mobile money transactions within the past 3 years. The amount of mobile money float balances with partner banks was 223.3 million in 2014, compared with 547.9 million in December 2015.
The $5.6 million Ghana Digital Financial Services Initiative is being funded by the government of Switzerland. Head of Operations of the Economic Cooperation Division of the Secretariat of Economic Affairs of Switzerland, Ivor German, explained to Joy Business why his country is supporting the initiative.
It's very important for us to be able to contribute to a new technology which will bring access for people who didn't have access to banking services, and we thought that this project that builds upon earlier contributions that we did on a more global level, now in Ghana, the time is right to actually engage in such a digital financial service program. Apart from financial support, we are providing expertise, we're providing the knowledge that we have acquired over time. There are also synergies with some of the other programs that we have here in Ghana, in the financial sector, in the banking regulation sector. So I think it's more than money, it's about bringing a partner together. And for Economic Development Corporation of SECOF, the State Secretariat for Economic Affairs, it's always very important that there are collaborations between the private sector and the public sector. So here with this program we are establishing a platform for dialogue which in our view should be beneficial for really spurring innovation in that market.
The initiative is also being supported by the International Finance Corporation, a member of the World Bank Group. Now, CEO of software development firm Dream Oval has urged small and medium-scale enterprises to keep abreast of the evolving nature of social media to enable them to tap into business opportunities. More small businesses are embracing the use of social media to boost their sales and marketing activities. Speaking to Joy Business at an executive networking event organized by SME Bank Union Savings and Loans, Head of Business of the company, Deredine Dazi, said there are more benefits to social media that are yet to be tapped by small business owners.
The models of social media engagement is forever evolving. What worked yesterday will not work today. There are always new insights as to how best to engage people on the social media platform. So in one way or the other, we are always learning. I think that people are trying their best. There are better ways to do what we are already doing. And eventually, we are going to have businesses actually optimizing their use of such channels to create value for their brand. But as far as I'm concerned, I think people are trying. I know brands who have actually built their businesses around social media, and they've done it very well. Literature around social media use is still growing. The examples are now becoming more visible. So there are much more, okay, let me say there are new avenues, and new avenues to learn how to really do the social media marketing very well, or the social media engagement very well. I think Ghana brands are trying and they are doing their best.
Head of business at the Union Savings and Loans, Dominic Donko, shared how social media has contributed to the growth of his outfit.
From the beginning, Union identified the opportunities on social media. What we have done is to use social media as a platform for providing updates and information on developments within the institution, to also make it as a platform where prospective customers and customers can reach us on inquiries. We have shared our SME clinic programs on the economy, on the various social media platforms, so that we provide very structured information and educational materials to the general public. And we believe that by consistently doing this and engaging the public, we have been able to attract new customers, and we've also created customer loyalty. A number of customers and non-customers visit our websites, go to the various social media platforms to read on the latest materials on economy, on banking, on interest rates, and other interesting topics that can be very useful for their business development. Now, you would also notice that Union has a very youthful employee group. And one of the things we've done is to use social media platforms to connect to prospective employees, to learn more about us, even while they are in school, to learn about banking, but also for us to share some capacity building knowledge and experiences that they can have.
Now, business activities came to a halt on Thursday as parts of Accra were inundated by floods after 4 hours of heavy downpour. In the past, the Graphic Road, which is a hub for automobile business, was heavily affected by such situations. However, the picture was quite different when Joy Business visited the area a day after the floods. Correspondent Sheila Tamaklo caught up with some automobile dealers on the Graphic Road and has come through with this report.
The Graphic Road area, which is the hub for automobile companies, was one of the places where business activities were heavily affected after last year's June 3 downpour. The situation this year, however, appears different despite yesterday's rains, which has caused so much havoc already. Some automobile dealers say the impact of this year's flooding was relatively minimal after they invested millions of Ghana cedis in mitigation measures. Imad Antoine Goyareb is the general manager, West Africa, for Japan Motors.
And yes, there was a flood on the other side of the building. It was flooded about 30 or 40 centimeters. But on this side, as you can see, we've made the structure here. So this structure is elevating the vehicles enough. So we didn't have actually any problems. This small structure here alone has already cost about 70,000 cedis to finish from here to the pillar that you can see, the Nissan pillar. It will be around 140,000 cedis. Between here and the building in the back and all this, we are talking about millions of cedis. And it's a profitable organization. It's not an NGO. It's not a non-profitable organization. We operate as investors to make profit on the investment we are making, like any other entity with profit targets. And when your expenses go higher, your profit goes lower. That's a simple rule of economics. So obviously, it is.
And that's all in business for now. Thanks for your attention. Keep watching as more stories come up. Good evening.